Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to episode number 79 of the Houston Astros franchise here in MLB The Show 20. I know it's been a little bit since we posted some Astros, but we are back here with two series, one at home against Seattle, one on the road against Oakland, as we wind down MLB The Show 20 before 21 comes out. So if you're excited for this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. Here you can see the lineups for both squads. The Mariners, unfortunately, have not had the best of seasons. They feature a lot of lefties in the lineup, so it's something to keep an eye out for. Our Astros still sit at 77-36, the best team in the American League. On the mound for Houston will be Lance McCullers Jr., our de facto ace, who's been up or down this season. A lot of times we watch him, he's been down for the most part, but he does have a 3.80 ERA, so he's been somewhat decent. And on the other side is Nestor Cortes Jr., the lefty, who in 7 starts has not had a good season at all. 8.06 ERA. He has gotten hit hard in his appearances on the mound. Now, Lance McCullers will start off against Dylan Moore. 2-2 to him, and he gets a strikeout on the knuckle curve. McCullers' signature pitch for the first out. Tim Lopez up next. He strikes out as well on the knuckle curve. So back-to-back Ks for McCullers to start the day. Ben Ruta up next, 2-0 to him, pops up to the shortstop Correa, who will call it out number 3. Starting off for Houston is Alex Bregman, who's been absolutely obliterating the baseball recently. 4.59 average in 10 games. He's putting a MVP caliber season together. 1-1 to him, and he's going to line this one for a base hit through the shift into center field, keep his hot trend going. And that's the leadoff base runner. Reddick up next, and he will draw the 4-pitch walk. So that's now runners on first and second. Cortez already off to a bad start. Altuve up next. He's going to line this one through the left side of the infield for a base hit. No run will come to the plate, but we already have bases loaded, no outs. Yordan Alvarez at the plate. He gets jammed on an inside fastball to shallow center. Shed Long actually goes out to make the grab, and they're going to test the throw as his backwards momentum allows for a runner to tag. And the Astros score the first run of the game. Correa up next, 2-0 to him. He lines to the left side of the infield. It's played and thrown on a first, but that'll bring around the second run to make it 2-0 Astros in the bottom of the first. Springer up next, 0-2. He looks at a fastball for strike 3, but Astros do get 2 in the bottom of the first. Let's go top second now. Rowdy Tellez leading off for Seattle. He's going to pump the knuckle curve down the left field line. That's going to beat the shift, get all the way to the wall. And Tellez will have a lead-out double to start Seattle's half inning. That's his 9th of the season. Kyle Seager up next. He's going to line it to the left side. That's also going to get to the wall. That's going to be a double in his own right. Tellez will come around to score, and the Mariners have already chopped the Astros lead in half. It's now 2-1. Shed Long up next. He draws the walk, putting the runner on first. Still nobody out for Seattle, keep in mind. Kyle Lewis up next, 0-1 to him. He dribbles it to Bregman at third. He's going to go around the horn for the double play. That was much needed. Puts a runner on third, 2 outs for Jared Kelenic. And the rookie lines it up the middle. Correa bats the ball down. However, the speed gets to first base. And Seattle counter with 2 runs of their own in the top of the second. Also, Noel up next will draw the walk. So perhaps Seattle isn't done putting runners across home plate. Dylan Moore 1-0. He'll dribble it to Altuve. That'll finally end the top of the second. We're tied up at 2 now. How about top 4? Shed Long leading off. He's going to get a changeup, but he's going to pull this one the other way, and it's going to clear the wall for a solo home run. Shed Long, 360 feet to right field, his 8th of the season. He kind of had to go the other way and grab that ball, and he sends it over the wall. So good piece of hitting for Shed Long. And that puts the Mariners ahead for the first time today. It's now 3-2. Now Kyle Lewis at the plate. He's going to dribble it off McCullers' foot. Stubbs run out, fields it, throws him at first, but he's called safe. However, the manager wants another look at this one. Cook wants to look at the replay, see if he should get a challenge. And we're going to see right here, Stubbs fields it, throws it to first. Yeah, that runner is out, so that's going to be a successful Astros challenge. Kelenic up next. He's going to line it up the middle past McCullers. Correa fields it, throws it to first. And this runner's called safe as well. However, Cook wants to look at it as well. He's saying, hold on a minute. Y'all just screwed me out of the other call. Let's take another look at this one. Correa this time with the clean field throw on to first. and Kalenic is out by a whole step. So I don't know what that first base ump is looking at, but that's back-to-back calls he gets wrong. However, this one, there's not going to be a review needed. This one's over the wall in left field. Austin Nola with a solo shot, the second homer of the inning, puts the Mariners up 4-2. Nola goes to left, 10th of the season, 342 feet. And McCullers getting rocked as Seattle extends their lead to 2. It's going to bring up Dylan Moore, who's 0 for 2 on the day, and he's going to draw the walk. So McCullers having a hard time here so far in the early going. Tim Lopez up next. He dribbles it to Bell, who will field it, step on first. But Mariners are now out to the 2-run lead. Astros need some sort of counter. We're going to go bottom 5 with Avisail Garcia to start off. 0-2 to him. He gets a high slider, punches it into center field. However, Kalenic will get underneath that one for out number 1. Garrett Stubbs up next, 3-2 to Stubbs. He's going to look at a low and inside fastball called strike 3. That is Cortez' third of the day. And now Bregman up next, 3-1 to him. Takes a fastball the other way to deep right and crashing into the wall. That is a catch for out number 3. Beautiful play out there in right. But we're going to speed to the bottom of the ninth now. Austin Adams climbs into the game for Seattle looking for a save. It's still 4-2. Alvarez will lead us off. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Full count to him. He yanks a fastball into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Alvarez is actually going to go to second base. The throw is offline. He does slide in safely. So some aggressive base running by Houston. Puts a runner in scoring position. Correa up next, 1-2. He pops the slider into shallow left. It's going to get down. Alvarez is on his horse. He's coming home, and he's going to score. And Astros cut the lead in half. It's now 4-3 with the tying run on first base. Miles Straw is going to come in for some extra wheels. Springer up next, 2-0. He lines it right to Shed Long. 4-3 double play. And now Astros in dire straits. Bell's up next, the runner you want, and he's going to draw the walk, so he'll go to first base. So once again, the tying run's on first. Avisail Garcia up next. He swings through the slider, releases the bat, and the Mariners win the first of 2 here in this series by a final score of 4-3. As Cortez does get the win, McCullers gets the loss, and Adams ends up getting the save. As you can see the line score right there. Player of the game is Austin Nola. He went 1 for 3 with that solo shot back in the 4th. And Astros drop at 1 of a 2-game set, which they probably should have won. But in game number 2, we do split it as Astros win 7-4 as the bats came alive in the 6th and the 7th. That's where all the damage was done. Looks like Bregman had a good day, Bell and Canna as well, and Alvarez also chipped in. Musgrove didn't have a good appearance in his second start as an Astro. But for the second half of the episode, we're going to go to Oakland for a 4-game series against the Athletics, who sit at 64-51 on the season. They are the defending World Series champions, so they really need this series against us. They're going to send Daniel Mengden and his awesome stash to the mound for his 24th start of the season. I love the curls. He's got a 4.12 ERA. He's had a bad month of July, looking to rebound here in August. He'll start his day against Alex Bregman, who's been on fire like we mentioned, and he's currently riding a 22-game hit streak, so that's no joke. 335 on the season. He'll start off his day with a full count from Mengden, and he'll hit a fastball into shallow right field, but it will be caught by Aquino out there for out number 1. Here's how the Astros are going to look today, going up against a righty. We got Bregman, Springer up next, followed by Altuve, Alvarez, Bell at first. Canna is the DH, the ex-Athletic. Then Correa, Garcia, and Stubbs round out the order. Here's George Springer, 3-1 to him. He's going to look at ball 4, so he'll take first base. That's going to bring up Jose Altuve, 1-2 to him, and he gets a hold of a fastball, hits it to left field. It's carrying, and it's over the wall. Could not bring it back in. That's a 2-run shot here in the top of the first for Jose Altuve. His 15th homer of the season. Travels 350 down the line, and Astros waste no time opening this one up, jumping out ahead. How about Yordan Alvarez up next, 2-1, gets a fastball, can't turn on it, pops it into right field for out number 2. Next up is Josh Bell, 1-0 to him. He's going to hit this one up the middle, will be fielded. thrown on to first, and that'll end the top of the first. But some damage being done early. And Jose Urquidy's got a nice early lead to work with, 9-5 on the record on the season, 3.54 ERA. A solid piece, having himself a great start to his young career. Leading off for the Athletics is one of the newer additions, Nick Senzel, hitting .241. 0-1 to Senzel, and he's going to pop this one into shallow right. Garcia's over and records out number 1 in that large outfield or foul territory grass. Here's the Athletics lineup. You got Senzel followed by Urias, Tommy, what's up, fam? Then you got the powerful Olsen, Chapman, Davis, and Aquino deadly run, followed by Austin Allen and Steven Piscotty in the 9-hole. Here's Luis Urias up next. He's going to poach this one into center field in front of Springer. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's a little bit of a one-out runner for Oakland. Tommy Pham up next, 2-2 to him, and is past the glove of Bell at first into right field. And that's back-to-back singles now for Oakland. About Matt Olson, first pitch swinging. He's first pitch out for 6-3. And that'll end the bottom of the first. Let's jump ahead to the top of the fourth now. Josh Bell steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 0-1 count from Mengden. Gets a high cutter. Laces it into right field right in front of Aquino. That's a loud single to start off the inning. Mark Canha up next. The ex-Oakland Athletic gets a hold of this fastball. Hits it deep to left center. Hits it off the very tip top of the wall. Slow reaction time, however, he does get into second base, so I would say the longest double you can have. Correa up next, gets a slider, pops it up into shallow left. I don't think this is going to be deep enough to tag, and no, they will not. How about Avisail Garcia up to the plate, and they're actually going to draw the intentional walks. They want all the bases loaded with force at every play. Looking from a double play from Garrett Stubbs. However, they're going to try a suicide squeeze. He bunts it over the first. Throw is offline, and everybody is safe, and a run comes around. So it's now 3-0 Houston. And now you have the top of the order with Alex Bregman. He laces it to the shortstop. That throw is offline as well. That could have ended the inning. Instead, an error on the shortstop, and Astros now take a 4-0 lead. Still bases loaded, still 1 out. And Daniel Mengden is going to have to leave the game. Paul Blackburn comes in. His pitch count was getting way too high. And the first batter laces it into center field past the diving glove. And Springer will bring home the bases to come around. Runner on third. However, Springer gets stuck. And, well, it does get thrown out of second. But we got a 6-0 lead here for Houston. And then Altuve up next, turns on a curveball, hits it to the wall over the head of the left fielder. That's going to bring around that final run. Astros with a blowout here now early. It's 7-0. Alvarez up next, full count to him. He does ground out to second base, but the damage has been done here in the top of the fourth. Let's go bottom four now, see if Oakland has any sort of answer. Well, Tommy Pham is going to try as he hits a leadoff single into left field. How about up next, Matt Olson, 1-1 to Olson. He's going to take the pitch low, and Urquidy actually gets hurt on the play. I kind of was mashing X, so I missed the diagnosis. But Urania is going to have to come in cold as Urquidy leaves. Hasn't had the best start to hasn't had the best season, but he's got a hard task in front of him coming up ice cold against Olson, and he gets a 1-pitch, 2-out double play. What a start by Urania off the bench cold and gets 2 outs against one of the more powerful hitters from Oakland. And then he gets Matt Chapman to pop up into foul territory for out number 3. So clutch inning relief there from Urania. We're going to go top 6 now, as this one's kind of turned into a blowout, so kind of space it out, kind of run through it as there's a double play, but another run comes around for Houston. And then we're going to jump ahead to the top of the 7th. Runners on first and third for Garcia. And that's going to poke another run home. Make it 9-0 Houston. This one's officially getting out of hand. Still 2 outs. Up next is Stubbs. 1-2 to him. And he does pop it into shallow center. However, that will be recorded the final out. We're going to jump to the top of the 8th now. Bregman is still hitless. Remember, he has a 22-game hit streak, and it's in jeopardy. This could be his final chance. He gets the full count for Petit, and he ends up drawing the walk. So he does get on board. However, his hitting streak will come to an end. He won't get another chance. However, he does score a run, as Alvarez bloops it into center, and it is now 10-0. Bring on the mercy. Astros killing the Oakland Athletics. But let's keep it on Urania. Despite the bats coming up hot, you cannot, dismiss the performance of Urania. Coming ice cold out of the pen. Look at it, still going strong in the bottom of the 8th. That's back-to-back strikeouts. His 5 on the day. And then Urias 3-1 to him. He punches him out to second base. Jose Urania has been phenomenal coming in relief. And then the bottom of the night, 2 outs. Matt Chapman up. He grounds it up the middle. Shut out against Oakland as Houston makes a statement in Game 1. They win 10-0. Urania pitched awesome in relief. The bats just came alive. And although he probably won't get player of the game just because there were a couple with home runs, and the show likes to give it to those, I think Urania, in my opinion, is player of the game. Comes in relief, cold in the 4th, pitches the rest of the game, gets the win. Maintaining his task for the loss. But they do give player of the game to Altuve, who did go 2 for 5 with a home run, a double. So his 3 RBIs, yeah, he had a good day as well. Game number 2, before we get there, Urquidy did have a strained pectoral, so he will miss 1 to 2 weeks. So I think this is the best chance. We're going to call up Forrest Whitley, give him the chance. We called him up for a day earlier. However, this will be Whitley's debut episode. We're going to send his debut start in just a moment. Before we get there, we do lose 6-4 to Oakland in game number 2, as it was a struggling performance on the mound this time for Verlander. Gave a 5-5, and Peacock didn't do that good as well. And then in Whitley's debut start, we lose 8-3, gave up a 2 in the first, 5 in the 5th. So it looks like Whitley did get rocked in his first outing. However, he has a bright future ahead of him. 7 earned and 4 2. Yeah, that's not very good. But then in Game 4, we win 17-5. Look at the bats in this one. You thought 10 runs was a lot. Well, how about we put up a 17 bomb, including 14 runs in the first 3 innings. That is an ERA killer if you're a pitcher. McCullers didn't pitch very good, but Patino and Blackburn and Soria, yikes. Next episode, we'll have a 3-game away series against Minnesota before returning home with a 4-game set against the Rangers. So a lot of clutch divisional series later in this one. But we're going to see Joe Musgrove next time. He has had a good start to his Astros career. He'll be starting off the episode against Jose Barrios as we take on another top team in the American League. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I had a lot of fun playing the show. Cannot wait for MLB The Show 21. We got to get done with MLB The Show 21st. But that's all I got for this one. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.